To the Keep It Real show, and I'm sitting right here having my mind blown, taking me way back to the old school about some things that I didn't know about, enlightening me on every subject that got to do with dancing, DJing, and some rapping. Now, I was concerned with, okay, you're DJing, or excuse me, you're dancing, and the dancing starts to fade away a little bit. I know that the dance trend did fade away a little bit. So tell me what you did when the dance trend started to fade away.
Well, in the art of music, you know, if music is in your soul, and you have a tendency to try different things within that circle. You know what I'm saying? So from dancing, I got interested into rapping. You know, and it was just a decision on me. I wasn't forced. It wasn't peer pressure. You know, I just seen all the elements of hip hop just going around me. So I went down the rap lane. Big shouts out to my man Ronnie Ron, Hillcrest Garden Apartments. Giving a shout out to that man because we used to take his Boss 808. And I still got the cassette tape. I did my first joint called You Ain't With It, Bruh. Back in the days, I wanted to be Big Daddy Kane, so, you know, my flow was sort of like that type of flow, you know, and when I hear it, man, I laugh every trip. I spent a little time in rapping. Just a little time.
You heard it here first on the Keep It Real show. DJ Oowop was a rapper before coming out of dancing. He started to rap a little bit. Now, what years was this that you was rapping? In case anybody want to check out.
This was before Woodward High School. Actually, I was at Crest Hills Middle School.
Okay.
And me and my man Jay Fresh did Run DMC rendition with my dude Artie as Jam Master Jay. Now, mind you, I'm a dark-skinned gentleman.
Now I'm picturing it.
Yeah, I'm a dark-skinned gentleman. Like, so I was DMC. Jay Fresh was Run, and after that, the rapping was over. So you can kind of reverse it and say, I was rapping before I started dancing. So,
okay.
You know, then the dance thing happened, and then once, after we went through the dance phase, you know, and it was a excellent, fun journey. You know, learning different moves, dedicated. I was a student of dancing. I was definitely a student. We went through the Ticketron days. Man, Shane that went to performing arts. You know, to see all that, man, was just a blessing within itself. So finally, you know, I used to watch Artie on the ones and twos. You know, we had the old cats don't know about in DJing. You had the old techniques with the rolling pitch on it, and you had the needles you couldn't scratch on, like 2 scratches. The arm would go this way, and then you had to go back to Radio Shack and get a regular needle. You know. But what I first learned how to DJ was my man K. Riley. He used to make mixtapes with a tape deck. He used to take the top off, mix, slowing the rubber band down. See, a lot of cats don't know about that. With the Radio Shack, got your first realistic mixer. Okay, when the fader used to go out, we used to pour cooking grease down in the fader to take the static out.
Oh man.
You know what I mean? So we used to do parties, tape deck here, tape deck there, with the tops off, realistic mixer in there, until Mars came along, and then they had the whole package sets for $299, $199, but it was belt drive turntables. And the difference between a belt drive turntable and a direct drive turntable is the release of it. Like, you get a 1200 versus a belt drive turntable. You can a belt drive, when you cut, you got to push it along. Direct drive, just take your hand off of it, and the time just right there. So how I got my name oowop, you know, I was listening to a Nas record, and you know, say he's cats on the roof busting off oowops or whatever. But I didn't want to take that negative aspect of the name. I just liked how it sounded, you know, oowop, you know, and I just ran with it. So how I got started, also watching the Tribe Called Quest video, where they was on the roof, the Check the Rhyme video, they was on the roof, so I came up with an idea, okay? And I went downtown and got me a peddler's license. Now, this is all going through my head. See, because I'm more of I think, then I react. And when I react, I give 1,000,000%, you know.
Right, right.
So, I went downtown to City Hall, got me a peddler's license. Okay, big shouts out to my man Demetrius. It's on You Apparel, East Clifton, across from Walmart. Okay, he had a clothing store there. And I had the idea to DJ outside in front of his clothing store to get my name out
Wow.
there.
Wow.
So he just didn't let me do it. He had me audition. No, not by listening to a tape, by actually bringing my equipment to his store, setting it up in the basement, and seeing if I'm good enough to. Because I'm DJing in front of his brand, so he took his brand very seriously.
Right.
And I had to be a good DJ in order to do that. So he loved my hustle first and foremost, respected my hustle first and foremost, and I passed the test. And I can still remember the records that I practiced for 3 hours a day, mixing together. And I did that mix for him, which was Planet Rock and Hollywood Swing.
Wow.
You know, so finally, you know,
Now, what year was this? What year was this?
This was 93. I started that in 93. So
Let me make this clear for my viewers here. Back in 1993, me, myself, and everybody that was my age, you see me and you know me, we was all in the, what was we in, the 10th grade or 11th grade, and this man was already taking his craft on to the next plateau and next level. So tell us a little bit more, man.
Well, when I passed that test, he gave me dates, and it wasn't for free. You know, once I sold my mixtapes, I had to give him a percentage for letting me DJ in front of his store. Now I'm gonna let you know how it works, how grind pays off. Okay, when I came by, I used to spend countless nights dedicated to it, countless nights making different mixtapes. Nowadays they got all types of technology, but then we had double cassettes. You find the best double cassette with the quickest speed. All right, so I would go to a flea market and buy like 6 or 7 double cassettes, stack them on top of each other, go to Walgreens and get the metal tapes and dub all night. Every time I heard a click, I would get up, turn it over, play and record it, and then go back to bed. Then next day I would come out and I did my covers, hand covers, and you know, go back out on the block with a whole tray of different types of mixtapes. You had the club, you had the reggae, you had slow music. I had all of it. Okay, and then I would sell my mixtapes for $5 till one day. Big shouts out to Lamont Hill and Aaron Hill brought Twister to my booth. Now,
Wow.
from there.
Now we're speaking of Chicago Twister,
Yeah,
right?
Chicago Twister, who was called Tongue Twister. He's been around for years. He was Tongue Twister at first, and he holds the Guinness Book of World Records for the fastest rapper in the world.
Right.
Okay, so he came to my booth, and from there on, I took off with All Net Records, and I was a DJ for Composure. Big shouts out to Mike and Joe. We were on the road with D'Amica, my man DJ Will, who's DJ Scuzzy now.
And All Net Records, we've had Drama Gams on the show who was with All Net Records, and also one of the main groups ever in Cincinnati history. If you started rapping in Cincinnati and you don't know who the OTR clique is,
Right.
set your microphone down, go get your history, then come back to your microphone.
Right. So, you know, with that, you know, we traveled the world, did different shows everywhere from, you name it, Lord Tariq, Peter Guns when they were hot, Wyclef, everything. So from there, DJ oowop was birthed, you know, and, you know, I had a son, so I had to stop touring, and after that, you know, All Net Records had called it quits, and I learned a lot from that experience, because what you see on TV is not real. And I'm gonna say it again, you know, what you see on TV is not real. It's the music business.
Right, right. And a lot of people don't understand that. And Jay Z will be the only person to tell you the truth that hey, it's a business. And the things that I say, if I say I just flew in here on a Lear jet that was my own, that's the record company's business, and I just use it as promotion for myself.
Right.
Okay, so a lot of you guys out here that see these guys in the big, what's the big thing, the Maybach car or the Bentley and all these other cars like that, they're not owned by the stars. A lot of them are rented here in Cincinnati
Right.
and blown out to these other places to just sell the records. So it's all a promotional thing. So for you to take your life and try to think that you need to get a Bugatti to impress any of us is just a mistake out here. We don't mind if you're driving a Cavalier to a Cadillac. It doesn't matter. It's the person inside and the heart inside the person that matters to us, man.
Right.
It's the Keep It Real show, and we'll be right back with more oowop right after this video.